Night Lights on Fox 12 Oregon. Presented by Pacific Office Automation.
Well, that final Friday night of summer turned out to be a real gem. Welcome into the afterglow from Week 3 on Fox 12's Friday Night Lights. A toasty evening brought some treats with some compelling non-league matchups around the region. Week 3 kicks off with that foot race in Tualatin. Third-ranked, the Timberwolves in the upper crust of 6A, while the visiting top-rated Wilsonville Wildcats always going to scratch and claw on the top of 5A. Third quarter was 12-7 Timberwolves after two first-half scores by Jaden Fortier. This a shorty by Carson Mullins. Capped off a drive that began with an interception. It was 19-7. Cats, though, don't go away. That's Callan Guttridge from the one. It's 19-13 after 3. Fourth quarter, crunch time. Guttridge had a 40-yard run, then looked for the lead on this, but a tough break. Tip ball into the grips. A Fortier for the pick with under 10 minutes to play. That would lead to more points as they drain out the clock. A field goal helps pad the lead for good. Tualatin a winner, 22-13. Then I go to Jesuit before the start of Three Rivers League play. Wilsonville's next biggest game of the year, Friday home with Summit in a rematch of that 5A title game. F&L felt like summer in the city of Sherwood. What a culture they've grown there. That new palace is certainly next level. I was at that game tonight. The 6A Bowman hosting the defending 5A state champions from Summit High out of Bend. And boy, the Storm lucked into some good brew on the second snap of the game. Little miscommunication. Ball would be on the turf. Nothing would happen about it in this one here. But what a play. Casson Covert did everything right like he always does. Steps up and hits Ohani Gray, 32-yard gain across midfield. Same drive, they'd push through. Great effort. Kaleo Hall, number one with the reason for that one. Brings it in, brings it down, hangs on. 22-yard score for the lead. And boy, that packed house was rocking. Second quarter, second Sherwood touchdown. You trying to follow that wing tee, huh? Keaton Freed. Slippery win loose, but that's across the goal line for a score 15-0 at that point. 29 zilch in the end. The Bowman next head to Rock Creek on the first day of fall to face Westview. Summit buses back over the mountains to Wilsonville for that rematch of the 5A title game. We will be there. F&L in the Lions Den of West Lynn, home to the defending 6A state champions, hosting Jesuit, rare winless Crusader side after opening up at Skyview and against Central Catholic. First quarter, Lions on the doorstep. Bear Gilroy, the junior quarterback. Wyatt Smiley, the junior receiver. Shorty tied in for 6. Tech on 2, it's 8-0. Later first, West Lynn back deep. There's a fumble. Dylan Rystad on the recovery for Jesuit puts him in primo real estate. Very next snap, they would capitalize. Lonnie Burt, the senior, roaming down the boulevard. His green glove looking good. 17-yard score tally, 8-7. Still first, we got a run and we got a big-time hole. Ryan Vandenbrink, the Oregon State baseball commit, a home run from 20. Save for 6 more. Doing it for his buddy Hudson Hardy, who's out for the season with a knee injury as a junior. Best of luck getting back next year. Second quarter now, Lions again. Gilroy to Danny Weidman, wide open, touchdown from 10. 43-14 West Lynn. They now go on the road to Lake Stevens, then Lake Oswego. Crusaders next host Tualatin. They were last 0-3 back in 1977, but Ken Potter stacks a stiff non-league schedule. It will pay off. Friday Night Lights with the return of the MAC. Rivalry out of Vancouver's McKenzie Stadium. Union Mountain View always one to take in. Rivalry games always very tense. This play puts that on display. Cash Cook, Aiden Nicholson absorbs the tough hit, hangs on, feelings hurt, offsetting flags, gain to the 5. Then it's Jaden Brown territory. You say goodbye, he says hello. Brown, game opening score for the Thunder. Second quarter now, MV back on offense, and Cook just making money. Cash to the ATM, better known as Akili Kamau. 22-yard scoring strike. Akili does get in the end zone. Then we see the Drake for the break. Porter Drake, goal line plug. 28-7 Mountain View at halftime. This one not quite final yet, but boy, Thunder up big, 42-14. They'll stay home with Hanford now, while the Titans visit Prairie. And what a sight for sore eyes this is. For the first time this season, we get to see Fox 12's Craig Burnback. Craig, great to see you. How'd it look tonight at Mountainside as Keenan Lowe's Mavs were out to ride with the Lakers of Lake Oswego?
Well, Nick, great to be back with you and the FNL crew. And we had a bit of a revenge game here tonight, as last year Mountainside took down Lake Oswego for the first time in their short school history. And that was definitely on the minds of the Lakers and their quarterback, Liam Davis, who took care of business tonight right here on the road. Keenan Lowe looking for his first win against Lake Oswego as Mountainside's head coach. But Liam Davis had other plans as he starts the scoring with a nice pitch and catch to Carson Schwint, and it's 6-0 Lakers. The Mavs would gallop back to take the lead as Alex Ingalls lets fly a laser to Jacob Pimentel, and Mountainside leads 7-6. But then Davis takes over from there as he flips one out to Matt Lane, who somehow, someway makes the grab, and it was Laco up 14-7 at the half. Second half, more Davis magic as he finds Lane again, and the lead, it grows to 2 scores. And how about the cherry on top of this Friday night Sunday as Davis throws the bomb to James Bauman, and Lake Oswego, they're 3-0. They win tonight, 28-14. All right, 4 touchdown passes. How'd that feel?
Pretty good, but, really all that I'm looking at is the scoreboard. We got the win. It's all that matters in my mind.
All right, they got you last year. Was that on your guys' mind going out tonight?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, there was a lot of tension in the locker room. We've been repeating that all week. These guys got us last year. They got us last year. We got to come out. We got to fire off, and we did that.
And Nick, Laco wins by only 2 scores tonight, but really they were in control of this entire football game. Next up for Laco, a Thursday night home game against McMinnville, and it's going to be special as it's going to be a readout as Laco honors assistant coach Jeff Young, who's been battling ALS now for 3 decades. Live from Mountainside, Craig Burnback, Friday Night Lights.
Just the way Craig says live. Got to have him back. Good to see him there. Well, league play is what it's all about, and the kids in the PIL got their first crack at those rivalry vibes. Lincoln hosted its first home game since 2019 1 week ago, and now they go for 3 straight on the road, beginning a 6 o'clock kickoff from McDaniel's new turf, home of the Mountain Lions. The visiting Cardinals leading by a touchdown early. Here's McDaniel facing 3rd down to the 14. Tremarian Crawford puts it up, but swoops in here Errol Brotherton for Lincoln. Logs on with the end zone INT, a touchback. McDaniel back in the ball from the 32. A little bit overthrown. Emmett Cogney earns a helmet sticker in the film room. Gets behind the receiver for another interception and returns to about midfield. Same possession, Lincoln with about a minute left in the half. Liam Eldridge rolls right, tosses it to A.J. Reverman. Rev it up, man, 22-yard gain for being down at the 25. Time ticking down. Eldridge cool under pressure. Over the middle, through the woods to A.J. for the near touchdown, down to the 1. Timeout called. They draw up the QB draw. Eldridge dances in. 13-0 halftime score. 19-14 Lincoln the final. They'll now go to Jeff and Franklin before homecoming on their new turf against Roosevelt. McDaniel, meantime, draws 3 straight away games, beginning with Grant at Marshall. And a pair of unbeaten in the early season. 2-0 Franklin, 2-0 Cleveland with Trevor Smith. A tough game for the Warriors at home. By the time we rolled up, it was the 4th quarter and all but over. 42-6 the final. Franklin gets the win there, 42-6. The next draw, a Thursday game in St. John's Roosevelt, while Cleveland heads to Hillsdale for homecoming at Wells. Friday Night Lights in the capital city. Win the Sheldon, Sprague, both seeking victory number 1 for the home of the Olympians. Irish, boy, they're a tough nut to shake out there. Jice Jones from Eugene. JJ, some fast eats. And the white cleats, a 16-yard run and score. It's 44-6. Sprague's new head coach, A.J. Robinson, will see better days ahead because that plays like this from Ducati. Witherspoon. Feel the rhythm with your hands, Spoon Man. Lumbering run by the Ole's quarterback. Move the sticks. No points there, but there was a play here. Will Charles in charge, picks it off and goes with it. Puts the Olympians into business, feel a little bit better this time. And we go to Witherspoon with Tyler Ujite. Throw, catch, touchdown. 41 yards. But it's a 50-13 victory for Sheldon. The Oldies now head south to Roseburg, while Sheldon will host McNary. And keeping it in the Cherry City, 5A Mid-Willamette Conference play, South Albany at McKay. Kyron Fuimano can spin it with the best of them. Life made easier, the receiver like this. Justice Anthony going with his quarterback scrambles. First down, Royal Scots with a Hall of Fame uniform combination. Same drive, Redhawks defense turns on the Predator mode. They recover that fumble. McKay with the ball again. Same thing again. Redhawks force it, fall on it. Credit Dwayne Conrad with the strip sack. Now, those green shirts can make plays on defense, too. Luke Dominguez going to go ahead and do some work for the home team. This would end up being a baseball school. McKay 8, South Albany 6. Redhawks now face Silverton at home. McKay will be at Woodburn. Well, Mustang-born, Mustang-bred. Still ahead are Jeff Lindblom live in Milwaukee on the night to remember a legend in Milwaukee as Coach Alm leaves behind a legacy for sure. They host Malala in a tight game. And this is night 2 of week 3, actually. We'll rewind some of those Thursday night lights. Plus, our high school spotlight takes us to the volleyball court in Silverton. We'll shine with the leading Fox when Fox 12's Friday Night Lights. Week 3 returns in 2 minutes.
You're watching Friday Night Lights on Fox 12 Oregon, presented by Pacific Office Automation.